Hi, with this video, I'd like to show you what can be done if your course is a successful or an unsuccessful course. It's going to depend what you have on your course outline. I know now that some practicums, you have to have it distributed like a 40-40-20 weighting, which is what I've shown here. I'm already in a class, and I'm in the category weights. If on your course outline you have the breakdown or your learning assessments like um, instructor eval or evaluation worth maybe 40%, student evaluation worth 20%, employer evaluation worth 40, you will not find those categories in gradebook. So what I've done, I just selected 3 categories. You may not like the ones I have selected. There is one called work placement. It is your decision which one of these categories that you certainly want to use, because there's practical work, work placements, there's different ones, but you decide on the 3 if you have 3 learning assessments on your course outline. So you're going to build your category weight, then you're going to go into your class assignments, and what I've done, I've built a class and assignment per category weight. I have my category, the description, short description. My maximum points, I only put in a 1. If you want to put 100, you certainly can. It depends on what's on your course outline. For this, I'm going to give the student either 1 or a 0. And I have my due date. I'm just going to click on View All. Then there's my next, which is for the instructor eval. Again, I'm going to mark it out of 1, but if you want it marked out of 100, like I can certainly change mine to 100. And because I already have marks entered, it's just going to give me a warning. It's going to give me a warning per, but I can change it. And it's only warning me because I'm making a change and I already have marks entered. Oh. And I have my due dates. I'm going to save. And again, that's just a warning because I have marks entered, and because I make the change, it's going to affect the student's cumulative. Now I'm going to go to gradebook and you input the student's marks. I'll just want to put 100. And then I'll just put a 100 down here, just to show what it's going to look like, just to have an unsuccessful. Now, what I did do back in my class assignments, and this is something you do not have to do, I created a grading scale. So I have a grading scale. If they have 100, then they get successful. And you certainly don't have to do that. So now I'm going to go back to gradebook. And I've already changed students' marks, so I'm going to go into cumulative grades. So right here in this last column of marks, I see successful. Because it's 100, they're successful. So over here in that very last column, I need to type in an SU. Because this student only has a 20, it's coming up unsuccessful, so then I know I have to type a US in there. So you can look at this, their cumulative, in order to figure out if it's successful or unsuccessful. The grading scale brought this up, and you certainly do not need it. So I'm going to click on Save. Once I click on Save, then it will capitalize it. You do not need to. If you want, you certainly can click on that pick list, the lookup, and there are the 3 options. I can type in an SU, a US, or an IC for incomplete. Then I select my grade roster, and then I update. And remember, this is non-graded. It's a successful, unsuccessful, so there's no round grade button, and I just click on Update. And there I have 2 students in the grade roster, and 2 marks have been updated. I click on OK. Then if I scroll up, click on my grade roster, and there are the marks. If you just want to double check, so there's the SU and the US. So then the department head would come in, just quickly look over those marks after review of marks meeting. Then down here to the right of the save, they would have a post button, and they would click on post. Then in this official grade column, that would be populated with the same mark from the roster grade. And that's successful, unsuccessful. What also could be done, again, depending on your course outline, what may happen if it's more of a clinical, I'm just going to remove some of these. I'm going to change this to, where's clinical? Clinical work. I'm going to base it on 100. I'm going to go, so it's 031. So I want to change this to 031. Maybe what I'll do is just put student eval. I'll just leave that. I might as well just leave it. So what I can do is make this required but not assessed. I'm going to save it. And what that's referring, because I removed those other two items, so I'm going to go into gradebook. This is probably not a good one to show you. And I'm just going to, because I already have marks entered, I'm just going to exclude them. Save. Now I go into cumulative. And there's the grade of NA. It's not available because I made it required. But because of the new system, you have to create one assignment. On this one, what I decided to do was just to make it, if you notice what I did, I made it required for them to do it, but it's not assessed. So that way I could actually go in. What was that number? 031, just so I don't get that mark anymore. 031. 031. I'll take that off and take that off. And then they come out as NAs. That's another way of doing it, because I know some clinicals you do not have a percentage on your course outline. Again, there's nothing here, but then you know if the student's going to be successful or unsuccessful, so you just type in your SU or your US, whichever it is. And again, you have to do the same thing, save it, select your roster, and so on, and then update them. So it all depends what's on your course outline. Thank you.